Welcome back to the Reality Guys. I'm your host, Brian, and today we're talking a new show, Ready to Love. This is on the Oprah Winfrey Network. This is season 9, episode 3. Um, Apologies for not doing something on episodes 1 and 2. We just had some suggestions to check the show out. They said, like, hey, you guys might like this. I really enjoyed it. I had an awesome time watching it. Bill wasn't able to be on today, but he did start watching it, and he also enjoys it. So we will definitely probably be keeping up with this. Um, I think this is an awesome show. I really like the people they are casting. I like the premise. So essentially, there's 20 singles that come onto the show, and they alternate weekly who's getting eliminated, whether it's a male or a female. I have not seen any other seasons. I will definitely be going back to watch previous seasons once I'm done my Love Island binge. This I really enjoyed this. I really enjoyed this. So again, if people are watching and they're new to the page here, um, don't kill me if I don't know some of the stuff that's happened on previous seasons, or this is a normal thing that does happen on the show. I will learn. I will definitely get the old seasons under my belt, start knowing the people, maybe some historic people from the past who made like an imprint or had some great moments. And based off the preview for next week, I think that I just really enjoying it. I love it. I think it's great. So this time they're in Fort Worth, Texas. Tommy Miles is the host. uh, they did something different this season where they split the people up in the beginning, 10 and 10. And then, like on this episode, they're finally meeting everybody. So they had a brunch today, and the people are meeting. The people are going to the brunch. They get there originally. They're like, hey, where's everybody else? It's just the same people I've seen. They come in. They do kind of like another mixer with everyone there. Um, Tommy's still throwing some shade at Glenn. I was kind of hoping that we'd see Glenn today. He seemed like a nice dude from his brief confessionals, and uh, he's on the cast website. Like I went on the cast website, and he's there. So if he's really not sticking, I'm surprised that that they're still showing him. Maybe like they did tease that somebody is coming in, a new guy, so maybe it is finally Glenn, but I'm not 100% sure. But I'd like to meet him. I'd like to see him. Maybe he is ready for love. I'm not gonna really go like dive deep into like who likes who, because I feel like that's kind of, there's a bunch of it's all over the place, like people liking certain people, and then it changes and they have these conversations. I just kind of want to go over, especially when I'm by myself. I feel like it'll be a lot easier to riff about interactions that happen on the show when the Bill's on here with me. But so when they're at the brunch, Tommy lets everyone know that the guys are eliminating a woman this week. So kind of gives some of the guys some extra sense of protection, because like right off the bat, like there's people like Lamar. I don't know. I can't see him going far in this. Well, I mean, this week, spoiler alert, April goes home. I thought April was one of the ones somebody that actually does test him, because they do talk today, and he doesn't like. She starts asking him a bunch of questions about his past, like how long he's been married, when he was married, how long he was married, and he doesn't like getting into that stuff. She says he's being very defensive. He just doesn't want to talk about it. Um, he says that no man wants to be put in a headlock, describing April the way that she is. I think somebody said that. I don't know if somebody said that she was like abrasive, or just like the impression they get from her is that she somebody said that she's looking for a puppy or a man. And when they do the Tommy's Lounge, they a bunch of her and Koshia were the ones that were probably getting the biggest complaints, and they were the ones on the chopping block at the end of the episode. But before we get there, just some funny moments from the brunch. Um, Alonzo's massaging feet. I think he said in I think it was episode 2 that he does like feet. There's a couple guys that like feet on the show. I think Jonathan also likes. I wrote it down. Jonathan likes feet as well. So a couple of foot guys. Um, I really love that Dominique is still like promoting that the I want 2 to 10 kids. Like the first time I heard that, I laughed out loud as someone who does have kids, and I couldn't even imagine a world of. I have 2. I couldn't imagine having 10. That's when you just start a football team, or you start a farm. Um, Jonathan keeps getting grilled about his ex-wife, and I think that was a lot of that was also April pushing, not like pushing the entire narrative, but like she was talking to her, like she was asking like a lot of questions about the past of the baby mama drama. So after the brunch, they have a series of double dates. And the first double date was Alonzo, Jonathan, Alexis, and Koshia. And Alexis says that she's very competitive. They go to a bowling alley, play some bowling. The guys lose. They have to do the chicken dance. Then they separate into like a 2-on-2 or 1-on-1. And the first one was Alexis and Alonzo, and I don't. I'm pretty sure they said that they weren't. I, I think he said that he wasn't really feeling her. Jonathan wasn't feeling Kashia either. He asked her what her love language was, and she said like quality time. And then he asked why. She couldn't give an answer. And I think at that point he was a little not. I don't know if he was turned off, but he was just like, I don't think this is gonna work. He's not into her. I think Alonzo's not into her as well, and that's something that comes up in the Tommy's Lounge. The next double date, and they do like liquid painting, which actually looked kind of cool. This one is William, Lamar, Vanessa, and Patrice. And I wrote down Lamar is very sexual and very forward. I think he made a comment about the pain, like he felt like something. He made a sexual comment about that. The guys really like Patrice. They are really liking her. Like a couple, I think she might have been like the number one in Tommy's Lounge. I feel like maybe half or more said that they really liked her. She seems really fun. Interested to see like I'm really interested to see when the girls go like what guys they actually like, because I mean we just kind of get some confessionals, but like what does that really mean? Like you could like they what those are the confessionals that were they're showing us. I mean they could also like a couple of the other guys that we haven't even seen them talk or have interactions yet. Vanessa does ask Lamar what she needs to do to open up, because in episode 2, on that section, on that segment of 10 people, the one of the girls was eliminated, and I think Vanessa was like low on the totem pole there, and she asked Lamar like, hey, what can I do to open up? This is another, so Patrice goes on another date, and she goes with Laron, and they're eating a meal. And he got like fried catfish or something, and he was like he was more, she described it as he was more excited to eat the food and talk about the food than getting to know her. And she's like, that's definitely a no-no. Obviously, like if you want to go on a date, you gotta obviously gotta prioritize the person that you're with, not the food. So then I mentioned before, like the Tommy's Lounge. Um, like I said, the guys like Patrice. Then Tommy asks like, hey, who are you not having a connection with? I wrote down Lamar goes in on April. He didn't even remember her name. Said he felt like it was like a job interview, like knowing about all of her accolades and education and things like that. And then Kashia comes up that they don't really love her as well. So that brings us to the looming elimination. Lamar asked April on a date. Alonzo asked Kashia on the date. They're both very surprised. Like, I don't know why Lamar's asking me. Apparently, Alonzo and Kashia had a phone call, and they were like talking, and he was asking her a bunch of questions. Then he asked her if you'd like to be choked or spanked, and she was like, yeah, I don't think you need to know that yet. And then he's like, well, why are you making it sexual? And then I kind of agree with her. Like, what? She's like, what person, when you hear those 3 words, would you not think that it's sexual? Because it 100% is. And if you disagree or you agree, let me know in the comments below, because I'm very sure that the majority of people, if somebody asks you that you person you don't even know, do you like to be choked or spanked, like it's 100% sexual. Like, why would you ask that in any situation if you weren't trying to be sexual? Um, uh, so they make a decision because she is still ready to love. Lamar lets April know that she's not ready to love. She makes a comment that I don't think anybody over there is ready to love me. Not if you get eliminated like that, I don't expect any, like you're obviously gonna defend yourself saying that I'm ready for love. Maybe it's you guys. Um, so right when because she is safe, they're talking, and then Alonso goes right back into talking about like, if I said something sexual, make sure you let me know. And she said before, we can either stop talking about this and change the subject, or I'm going to leave. And as soon as he says it, she just gets up and leaves. And I thought that was great. And then we saw some previews for next week. Tommy's Lounge looks crazy. It looks like Kushia and Alexis are going at it, and that's funny because they actually went on a date together. So I wonder, um, I'm wondering if when they're talking about like who they don't like, I'm wondering if there's a couple girls that like a guy and she just is bad and she just like is bashing everybody and like maybe they don't want to hear it. I'm super interested to see what that's all about. There are a bunch of other guys and girls that we didn't like. We saw them, but they're kind of in the background. And obviously, if you're checking out the show and you see me covering it, you've already seen episode 1 and 2. So I just didn't want to make a super long episode about going into each person. If I had done episode 1 and 2, I would have 100% did that, but I'm not going to just because we're already moving along. And if you're fans of the show, you know the people already. So I really enjoy the show and I really appreciate and I'm really happy that people do listen when we ask like, hey, if you have show suggestions that you want us to check out, put it in the comment section. I really enjoy the show. I'm loving that there's 8 other seasons that I get to watch. It's great. It's great. I'm super excited to check out more. We had a ton of other shows this week. We had Traders UK wrap up yesterday. We have Traders US still going on. Love Island All Stars is still going on. We have The Bachelor on Monday. We have um, The Trust just ended. This is the show on Netflix. We covered all that. We also have We have a bunch of cast interviews. We did Lindsay, we did Julie, we did Brian, we did Gasper, and then anybody else. If you're watching this and you saw The Trust or you're on The Trust, we'll interview you. We're very open to talk to anybody on shows. We understand that some people get put in a negative light, and we want to hear your side of the story and anything like that. So I appreciate all you guys watching and let us know any other shows because we're going to check them out. But for myself, we'll see you next time.